Hello, creative writing parents, and welcome to Back to School Night, where you get a virtual slideshow. All right, so every day we'll be writing, of course, creatively. Imagine that. And we're going to do a lot of this in a digital journal. So usually we'll start the class with some sort of check-in, some introduction, perhaps some notes on Zoom. And then students will then write freely for about 5 to 10 minutes. Most of these can be written in any format they like, about any subject that they like, unless other Mondays in the classroom, I would spend the majority of the class letting the students collaborate. And so I would call it every Monday. And they would, for example, write a story. One topic was the A through Z story. Partner 1 starts a story with a sentence that begins with the letter A, and she passes it to partner 2, continues a story with a sentence that begins with the letter B, and so on. And of course, what they come up with is pretty wild. And then so Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we're doing a lot of writing exercises, of course. Good writers need practice too. And some of the exercises will prepare them for larger assignments, and most of these will go in that digital journal. Also, we'll have a bunch of prompts to just spark creativity throughout the week, tips and suggestions. If we're talking about dialogue, I'll have some notes about that, and character development and so on. I'll give them time to work on major assignments, and I'll share some examples of published short stories that pertain to the unit and poems when we get there. This is also a good time for a critique group. All right, so let's talk about some of the major assignments. The first one we're going to tackle is a short excerpt from a memoir. All right, so this is just writing about an event or events from their lives from any point of view. Must start in the middle. We'll talk about that. Must use dialogue, descriptive language. We'll be talking about that as well. All right, so kind of that creative nonfiction storytelling. Jump into that first, and then let them go wild with a character-driven story, and they will be building a certain character in their digital journals through different exercises. Then we'll, of course, write a story with him, her, it as the main character. All right. I would love to get into some sort of script writing, either plays or screenplays, maybe both. That's always a really popular and fun unit that we start second. I have a lot of assignments under my belt that we can tackle, and that's definitely one I want to get to. Another one we can get to is the satirical Onion-style news articles. Those are a lot of fun. They put together like a newscast that's kind of like in the vein of the Daily Show or the Colbert Report, if you remember that. Poetry unit is always a popular unit in creative writing, so we tackle just the various forms of poetry, focus on the different elements, some figurative language, all the things that make poetry unique. All right, so grading is always tricky in creative writing. I tend to put on my editor's hat. Would I publish this? That's usually, I tell the students, if I would publish this, if I were to put out a journal of some sort, and I would publish this, it's polished, it's free of errors, it's free of wordiness, it's original, creative, obvious time, thought, and effort went into it. It feels like the real thing. That's an A. All right. And I'll be giving them a rubric, and we'll be talking about the various, because every assignment is very different, but that's the general thing I'm looking for. And the approximation of final grade, 50%, of course, will be writing assignments or writing projects. And then journal entries are a big chunk too, 30%. Participation, 10%, any other assignments, 10%. All right, that is all, folks. So email me if you have questions, and hope to talk to you soon. Bye.